Oh, hello there. Well, thanks for joining into Love Funky Fit with Alison today. That's me. I'm very pleased to meet you. Very pleased to have you with me. So, get onto your mat. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can get all the other videos that are going to be coming your way. There's going to be all sorts, not just Pilates, but yoga, stretching, some strength work. What else we got going? Oh, probably some little circuits and Tabata workouts, all that sort of stuff, really. So all you need is probably a mat and some trainers, and off we go. Yeah, so after a couple of these little spine stretches and bends, we're going to be cracking into our first exercise, which will be on our back, and it'll be the one leg stretch that we're going to go for. So when you do get into that first exercise, just remember to keep your spine nice and long, natural. Your deep abdominals are going to be really well pulled in. You can pull them into the floor, really, as long as you don't bang your back into the floor. Your back stays nice and long and natural. And so just alternate the legs out, nice long legs, point your toes slightly out, keep your shoulders and neck relaxed. You can do this with your head up if you like that position, but there's no obligation. And just make sure the angle of your legs is in relation to your strength. Don't go pulling on your lower back. Nice one, this one is one of my faves. I hardly ever do a Pilates class without banging this in some version or another. So every time you're extending, you can breathe out. If you're going a little bit faster, you can breathe in one side, breathe out on the other. Okay, so here we're going to go into bridge. I'm not absolutely sure what you call this in English because I mostly teach in French. So we're going to call it a bridge, sort of shoulder bridge if you like. But basically you've got your feet hip width apart. You're going to be pushing your lower back into the floor to lift. Your arms are going back. Your shoulders are relaxed. You're then bringing your spine down one vertebrae, that's a funny word in English, vertebrae, after another, and then finally bringing your arms back. So for your breathing, I suggest you breathe out to lift your pelvis, breathe in, arms back, and be breathing out to lengthen your spine, and breathing in to bring the arms back. Oops, a little bit of a necklace choke going on there. Need to watch that. Just remember to really stretch your back out and lengthen it. And why not, let's be mad for a few minutes. Why not squeeze those glutes while you're up in the bridge and make this a highly efficient exercise. And if you feel it's okay at the end of this bridge, you can come onto one leg, just stretch the other leg up nice and straight, nice and vertical, or as close as you can. Make sure you still got your abdominals engaged. You can do that several times on each side, one side on each time, up to you. But yeah, everything nice and stable. And when you've finished that, you can just lower back down again and release your back a little bit. Okay, so here's a terrific little exercise for lower back and abdominals. You're basically going to have a right angle for both knees. You're going to keep your back natural. You've still got your deep abdominals pulled in. Just remember that your neck and shoulders are always nicely released. You can actually do this with your head and shoulders. Oh, well, there you go. Off the ground if you like. Remember to keep a little space under your neck. This actually makes me laugh because when I teach it, I always tell my students to pretend that they have a plaster cast on their knees, which stops them from changing form, which when you think about it is completely absurd. I mean, can you imagine walking down the street with your both knees right angle in a plaster cast? Pretty tricky stuff, but you do see, I think, what I'm getting at for this particular exercise. Yep, so keep that nice and steady. Should be starting to burn a bit when it does, and not before you may release. Okay, so here we're going into stretching out both legs. If you've got plenty of space, you can turn that arm movement into a circle. A lot of people who do Pilates are used to doing that with a circle outwards, coming back, hands onto knees. But if you're a bit limited in space, just do as I'm doing there. Just take your arms straight back. So again, you can choose what you're doing with your head. Leave it on the mat, lift off. That space, it's just a little space between your chin and neck, just to make sure that your neck is nice and long. So here, everything is nice and tight. Your heels, your thighs, your abdominals, pelvic floor. Just adapt the height of those legs to your strength to make sure your back's not going all over the place. You need to keep it nice and natural. A little release at the end to get rid of any tension. We're doing well here, folks. I think you'll agree we're doing very well. Okay, so what's going to be important here is obviously not to go pulling really hard on your lower back. You're lengthening first. You're sort of pulling up. You've got that in-breath to lengthen up. Here we're sort of sliding pelvis backwards to slightly round out your back. So breathe in to prepare. Keep it nice and long. It's like a little thread that is coming out of the top of your head and which is pulling you forwards. Don't go too far back. I mean, if you're used to doing this, obviously you can even go down to the mat as long as you can control it. But if not, just take it back slightly, and we'll be working on this anyway in other videos. I'll be showing you some little tricks if it's an exercise that you find quite difficult, little tricks so that you can come back off the floor without forcing. So make sure your abdominals are pulled in for this. Nice breathing, nice stretching. Little thread out the head of top of your head. It is, of course, and it always is in every single Pilates class, it is a silver thread, to the best of my knowledge anyway. Perhaps a golden thread, but yeah, no, I'm going to go with the silver thread on this one. And then you can just stay a little bit and release your head, release your neck, your shoulders. Just hold that stretch. Nice. Yeah, so we're not going to be just lying on our sides looking like we're at the beach. We're going to roll over onto our tummies and do a little bit of plank. I've cut it into 3 just so you know that you can adapt it. just lift off. Don't have your bum going too high. Don't have your lower back too sagged. And certainly not the opposite. We wouldn't want that, would we? So yeah, holding your head nice and still, shoulders low, really pulling in your tummy. That's important. And just do it in one go, two goes. I've done it in 3 here. So what we're looking for is precision before quantity. Always, absolutely always. Okay, enjoy that. Listen to the music while you're enjoying that plank, folks. Yes, here we go, just for one last shot at that. If you feel your head flopping all over the place and your shoulders getting tight, you know it really is time to be knocking it on the head. So please knock it on the head, and just go and sit back into a nice little back stretch, which I think is what I'm going to do right now. Absolutely. Stretch that back out and have a breather. So we're going to be going back onto our tummy for a back extension, a simple one, and we're helping ourselves with 4 arms. So take it easy on that, eh? Don't go pushing really hard and hurting your lower back. It's just a gentle pressure and extending your spine. It's a good idea to have everything tight here, tummy, pelvic floor, bum cheeks as well. Just squeeze the whole bleeding lot, I would say. Absolutely. And breathe naturally. Both are possible. You can breathe in to extend, you can breathe out to extend, whatever feels best. Remember that silver thread, please. You know, we want to be lengthening from the summit of our head, slightly forwards and slightly upwards. So if that's too much information, folks, well, I tell you what, do your best, and I would just watch your lower back. That is the absolute main issue here. So that's us coming to the end of this first little video together. So thanks very much. Look forward to catching you next time. And pop your comments below if you've got stuff that you want us to look at together. I'd be happy to exchange on those. Cheerio, till next time.